Hello everybody, my name is Samarin00 and welcome to my very first Minecraft building tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this ancient Greek temple. It's my design based off of the Parthenon in Athens, and a little unique in that I have built it on the diagonal. I enjoy building diagonally because I find it gives a little bit of texture to the builds that I do. I posted this on Reddit a few weeks ago and quite a few users were asking for a tutorial or help building it, so I figured I would make this video. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get building. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is build up a base like I did here. I prefer to use stone. You're going to want it to be 21 blocks wide this way and 43 blocks wide this way. That's going to be the dimensions of our temple. After you get your stone placed down, you're going to want to top it all off with bottom half slabs of quartz. Now this is just regular quartz slabs, not the smooth quartz slabs. The smooth quartz slabs will be used for a later part in the build. For this, we want them to have, if you see, when you put multiple of them together, they have the textures that outlines each block. So you want that, not the smooth quartz, which doesn't outline the blocks. That'll be useful for something later, but not right now. So, I'll be back once I've finished this outline, and see you then. Alright, so after we finish placing those half slabs on the base, we're going to work on the pillars. These pillars are going to be 4 blocks in total. Instead of just the 1 block that looks a little skinny, we're doing 4. And in total, from this slab to the top, they want to be 14 blocks tall. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 14. That's how tall our pillars are going to be. Then you want a 3 block space in between pillars. So now this next one also needs to be 14 blocks tall. So that's 4, 5, oh, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 14. Now, on the other side, you're going to want to do the same thing. I'll just outline these. 2, 3. And you'll notice that in between these 2 pillars, there's going to be a larger space than 3 blocks, but that's okay because this is going to be the entrance to our temple. And the same thing's going to happen on this far side when we do the pillars there. But that'll be okay because there's also a back entrance. But in between all the pillars on all these, the front and all the sides, there's going to be 3 block space. Right there. So, let's go ahead and do that. And I'll be back when the pillars are completed. And as we're finishing up this last column, I'm now going to show you guys how to put the stairs on and make it a little bit more detailed. So, oh, whoops, I'm using the wrong stairs. We don't want to use the smooth quartz stairs, we want to use the regular quartz stairs. And you want them to be placed right side up, not upside down. At least for the bottom, that's how you want them to look. So again, and then at the tops of all these pillars, they go upside down in the same fashion. That'll just provide a little bit of ornateness and a little bit of texture to all the columns, so they don't just look like giant pillars of straightness. So after we finish up that, then it's time to connect all of these pillars across the top and across the bottoms with more quartz slabs. So how you're going to want to do that is pretty much just not like that. Going across like this. And then on these corner pieces like that, you want to leave it so that it matches up with the outline that we set up in the very beginning. We're just making it wider now. Do that across all the top, and the same thing down here at the bottom. Of course, on the bottom you already have the outside line to help you. So just follow the pattern and you'll be good to go. Alright, once that's all done, we're going to take your smooth quartz blocks, and along the inside of this perimeter we just created, we're going to line it 2 blocks high with the smooth quartz. This is not going to be very visible, so you don't have to use the smooth quartz if you don't want to, but I like the connected textures for this part because it's supposed to be all just one wall. And then I'll show you how to do the opposite side as well. The outside version of this wall is going to use that lapis and gold that you see down in my hotbar to make a interesting, just a little pattern to give it a little bit more detail. Alright, and now for the other side, we're going to be using a combination of the gold, lapis, and smooth quartz blocks to create a neat little pattern. So now, we're going to want to put 2 lapis blocks inside like that. Make sure it's centered. And instead of putting it, flush with the edge of the quartz slabs that we placed, we're going to want it indented just a little bit, and that's going to give us a little bit more depth into the project. And then on either side, I'm going to go 1 block wide of quartz, and then 1 of gold, 1 quartz, 2 lapis, 1 quartz, 1 gold, 2 lapis. Nope, whoops. Messed that up. 1 gold, 1 quartz, 2 lapis, 1 quartz, 1 gold, 1 quartz, 2 lapis. Repeating that pattern all the way around. Now once you get to this side, obviously, as you can see, the patterns aren't going to line up exactly equal. So, you can pretty much do it however you want. I just skipped the extra quartz step and did straight to lapis, the 2 blocks of lapis to match up the textures there. Alright, so now that we have that bit done, we're going to move back down to ground level with our regular quartz slabs. And we're going to kind of outline the next section. So if you look at a lot of ancient Greek temples, they obviously have, this outer ring of the pillars that is holding up the roof and everything like that. But then in the inside and here, there's rooms. There's a wall that goes around, and the rooms where people go into to worship. So we gotta outline that. So 4 blocks. You want 4 blocks of space from this pillar to right here. We're gonna place a smooth quartz block, not a half slab. The same thing over here, using the regular quartz slabs as our spacers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Smooth quartz block. And if we just make a line between each of these, that is the front edge of the wall that is going to go up to the ceiling. It's going to be the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then whole block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole block. Connect it up on. And then you can connect them up lengthwise as well. Obviously we don't need these connecting blocks. They aren't going to be part of the structure. They're just there to help us place the blocks since we're not touching anything else. Alright, now we're going to fill in the floor. On the outside of this little room, we're going to use the regular quartz slabs that we've been using, but on the inside, we are going to go with smooth quartz. As it's we'll say it's a nicer section, and we'll say that they just used one big slab of marble. Well, quartz is pretty much imitation marble in Minecraft because we don't have it in Minecraft. Quartz is the best block to use that looks like it. Alright, now that we've got the floor finished, let's go to work on the ceiling. So, first, you know what's next. We're going to cover this little trench that we built up with slabs in the exact same way that we did the underneath of this. So that's just pretty much following the outline. Alright, when you finish that outline, we're going to do a neat little pattern on the ceiling so that when you walk in and you look up, all you don't see is just pure quartz. You'll get a little splash of color in there. So, what we're gonna do is make pretty much rings of lapis with little gold blocks inside them. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Actually, oh, let me see a second. No, that is wrong. I messed up. I goofed. Uh-huh. Because then you want the gold to be right there. Okay, there we go. Now, yeah, on the ones that are touching this edge, the bit of lapis going on the front won't be visible, but when we repeat the pattern, you will see it will be visible. So 1 block in between, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Then you can fill that stuff in, leaving a space where the gold block is going to be. And boom. That's the pattern we're going to be using. We're going to go all the way down with it there. The same thing on this side. And then in the middle here is going to be almost the same pattern, but a little bit different. Gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just check and make sure I have my math right. That goes there. Yep, so it's going to be 5 across instead of 4. And then when you fill it in with quartz, smooth quartz, just so everybody knows. And then on the inside is going to be a 4 block of gold, like that. And that will go all along this inside the center. Alright, so I'll be back when I have the ceiling done, and we'll continue with raising the walls of this little inner sanctum. And we're back, and the ceiling is completed with its patterns, looking pretty good. Alright, now we're gonna take a peek down here. It's looking pretty dark right now, but a little bit later we're gonna take care of that. So we're gonna take our smooth quartz on this outline that we created earlier, just raise the walls all the way up touching the ceiling, and that'll create the body of our inner sanctum area for the temple. Okay, once we've got the walls up, we can punch out a little hole for a doorway. Just replace these with smooth quartz slabs. Then we'll punch out the same thing on this side. Alright, there's our inner sanctum. We'll come back to the inside of that later. And now it is time to turn our attention to the iconic roof structure of temples like these. So, we gotta start with an outline. We're going to be using our quartz slabs like that. How it's gonna look is these little arrows pretty much going at an angle up to all the way to the top. So, like this. All the way up. Same thing on the other side. Once you get to the middle, put one here, like that. Goes like that. And when you meet in the middle, just flatten it out like this. Sorry about that, had to go let my dogs outside. But yeah, once you get them met up in the middle, it should look like this. Actually, no, just leave it like that for now. Alright, we're gonna do this same kind of frame on the other side. But first, we gotta put these blocks, we're gonna line the sides with these slabs too. Now, obviously for these you don't have to use the slabs, you could just use the regular quartz block. I am just using the slabs because it is easier, so I don't have to go through the hotbar and get rid of something. So once again, you get over here, this simple little triangle shape, just repeating up and down. And on the other side, same thing. Now if you notice that when I place this slab right here, I'm not breaking it afterwards, because here in just a minute we're going to be placing some blocks, so you won't be able to see those when it's all said and done. So when you get it like that, just cap it off there. So now we are going to use smooth quartz blocks and fill in this little A-frame right here. At some points you may need to break a block, sometimes you won't have to. Just fill it in to kind of close off this window. Alright, and now as you can see, we have that all filled in. Now, if you wanted to, you could go in through here and add some details using different shapes of slabs and stairs to make it look like those pictures that the ancient Greeks had in this section of their temples. I'm not going to do that here. Just to leave it to your imagination. You put whatever you want in here. Personally, I don't think it even needs to have anything. It looks pretty good the way it is to me. But now we gotta go over to the other side, do the same thing. Just filling it in. Wrong one. I think I might have accidentally broken blocks. I didn't mean to. Oh no, it's fine. Alright. And just keep filling it in. Alright, and now we're going to create, oh whoops, never mind. Forgot to put these blocks in. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Alright, let me just jump back in here. I actually made a mistake when going over these A-frames. However, it is not that big of a mistake. It's an easy fix. Instead of the arrows, these little arrows pointing that way, they need to be pointing this way, out, away from the peak. So just by putting a slab right here, we fix that. Alright, and everything is happy again. Now let's just go fix that over on this side too real quick. Alright, that looks much better. Okay, so now for the roof we're using acacia wood, acacia slabs specifically, because I think it looks the most like the kind of clay tiles that they would use for the roofs of these things. So just go along in a pattern like this, all the way across, and all the way up and down here, and that'll be your roof. So I'll be right back with the roof done, we'll work on some of the detailing. And here I am, almost finished with the roof. As you can tell, down below here is getting pretty dark. I have this world set on peaceful for my tutorials, but if you are building this in survivals or something, or you just don't have your world set on peaceful, feel free to go ahead and light it up some down there. Down here on the main floor is not needed to light it up, because since it's all bottom half slabs, mobs won't spawn even when it's pitch dark in there. But you might want to light up in there and some on the roof. Alright, well, we've got the roof done, and I just want to say it's starting to come together. So now we're going to take our gold blocks to give a little bit of accents there on the corners. And here up at the top, you want 1, 2, 3 like that, and then the one there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Stick one right there, one right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, look at that, it's looking pretty good. Alright, I would say the outside is pretty much done. Now we want to come down in here, and just to make it look better, we are going to light up the outside, even though that's not needed to keep mobs from spawning. So to do that, we're going to want our smooth quartz stairs. We're also going to going to need some netherrack and, of course, a flint and steel. So what we're going to do to light this up is place that block with netherrack, that block with stair, right side upstairs, and then light it on fire with your flint and steel. And that'll just give you a good amount of light. Same thing over here on this side. Now, of course, you could, if you don't want to use the fire, you could replace this netherrack block with, say, chiseled quartz, and then just stick a torch on that. But I like how the fire looks. We're going to do it the same way over here. Remember, keep your stairs right side up, because if they're upside down, it doesn't look as good. And that was the wrong way. Like that. And then all along here too. I like to line them up with the pillars. Alright. Let's head inside the inner sanctum. And now we are going to put one right here, kind of in the corners of the entryways. Alright, now these are going to be two separate rooms, kind of a smaller back room and then the larger main room. So we're going to build a wall right here to divide it. Alright, now we're in the front, in the main room area. We're going to want to light this up as well. Back here, with using the same technique. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so there's 4 blocks in between each of our little fires. Keeps it nice and symmetrical, just how I like it. Alright, now once we have this inside area all lit up, we are going to create a small little altar, because, you know, this is a temple, so we've got to have somewhere where we can put our offerings. For that, I want to use campfires. Alright, so kind of back here we want to build a little platform. I'm going to use smooth quartz kind of here in the middle, but also some of the stairs to give a little detail. Alright, now I'm just going to place 4 campfires. That way all the smoke will rise to Mount Olympus or wherever they are and appease whichever god you want to dedicate this temple to. Or you can have it just for aesthetic purposes. And let's go around the back and finish lighting up the inside of this area. Oh, I already got rid of the netherrack. Alright. And just those will be fine for this inside room. For this one, you could use it as a storage area, or kind of whatever else you want to do. Alright, and that almost finishes up our ancient Greek temple. We just got to add a little bit of a stairs out front here so you can actually get to it. Pretty much just use our, actually we don't want to use the smooth, we want to use the regular. Just kind of line the front with some stairs. Alright, and there it is, folks. Our ancient Greek temple is complete. Let's take a look at it with some shaders on. Alright, as you can see, we've got our shaders on, and it is looking even better than before. The shadows are looking great. The sun shining through the pillars. Ooh, the glow of the fire is great here on the inside. Let's take one last look around. See if I missed anything. Well, the view from this end is nice too. The sun shining on the pillars. Beautiful. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped inspire you to build. Please let me know if you end up using this tutorial to build an ancient Greek temple. Send me a picture. I'd love to see your guys' different twists on it. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. And I will see you for the next tutorial. If you've got any ideas that you want me to do, please let me know in the comments. Alright. See you guys.